Star Spangled Banner. One thing I can't do is sing. WBO, welterweight world title, 12 rounds of boxing. Terence Crawford, Bud, versus Showtime, Shawn Porter. Two brothers from the States. Oh, yeah, I was born that. From America. Two brothers from America. How they say down south, America. Yeah, man. So, this should be a good fight, man. Keith Thurman, Earl Spence Jr.,
none more than him.
Jeff Horn, Showtime Porter.
Each of these trials left the fight wiser, stronger, even more desirous of that crown.
That's right. Shawn Porter beat Adrian Broner too before. Now he's gonna have to face his best test of all. He's gonna have to face against the number one ranked welterweight, Mr. Bud Terence Crawford.
Family man. One marches to his father's cadence.
Get back on defense like I asked.
Yes, sir. The other hears his mother.
I wanted him to be a man. Don't be afraid of nobody.
Terence Crawford, baby. You heard what she said? Terence Crawford, mom said, I wanted him to be a man. Don't be afraid of nobody. The boy's a warrior. Gotta give it up for Bud. You got Bud winning this fight. Terence Crawford. Get my Stone Cold voice on. Yeah, son. He gonna march into that ring and whoop his candy ass. What? What? Yo, shout out to Stone Cold, man. That dude was wild back in the day, son. Stone Cold was wild, man. That's that Steve Austin. That's that Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. I drunk one beer. I drunk two beer. What? What? Them dudes, I don't know if they was taking too much roids. They probably was hitting them steroids, man. So, but they had a deep voice, man. Them dudes was ready for war. You know what I'm saying? Got a sport monitor with a little glimpse of the fight in the background. I also got it on my TV as well. You know, so I could do it a beat like that and show a little bit something, you know. But we got a lot of sports today. Basketball is still on today. Let me see if Lakers play today. Hey, Google. Do the Lakers play today?
3 p.m.
Hey, Google, do the Clippers play today?
The Clippers will be playing the Mavericks at Staples Center tomorrow at 12:30 p.m.
Ooh, okay. Clippers and Mavericks tomorrow. Hey, Google, when the Lakers play? Let's just be curious since I'm in LA.
The game is tomorrow at 3 p.m. when they will play the Pistons.
Oh, they should get that win. If they can't beat the Pistons, you know, that's something wrong with that. And here comes Shawn Porter coming down the ring. You know, they ain't that bad that they can't beat the Detroit Pistons. You know. Man, LeBron's played with so many Hall of Famer, all-star players to come up short so much, man. He got to win with this Lakers team at some point. I don't care what the excuse is. You can't be failing with Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook by your side because you already came up short with all the big threes that you had in the past. Oh, let me see this brother. Oh, let's see how he get his intro in. Oh, WWE. Oh, I just got through talking about WWE, and look, they got a guy named Big E. Yeah, with the WWE voice, brother. My wife hates that. She said it's too animated, too much drama with the. It's showtime. he's from WWE. He's it. The boxer is not from WWE, but the guy doing the host. Okay. I don't know who this is girl rapping, but she bringing out Shawn Porter. She got to clear up her mic so we can hear the vocals a little better. I can't barely hear. The beat is bad. Like the beat is not even good. Yeah, but look at the speakers. You can't hear the music. Yeah. All I heard was the nigga word. That's about it. That's all I heard her said so far. Knicks, baby. Y'all see this? NY on the map, baby. The Knicks. Shawn Porter, Showtime coming to the ring, baby. He about to try to drop them M's in the ring. Done. They should have just got me to kick a quick 16 to come up in there. Who better to do it than guys from Queens? I could write a quick 16 off the bat. They'd be like, yo, he talking that Mobb Deep infamous stuff. Where this kid from? And y'all just, come on, man. Let's see who's gonna introduce Terence Crawford. Yeah, bud, Terence Crawford, Adrian Pierce, what up? Salute G Money. Lakers play the Pistons tomorrow. They better get that win. And LeBron better do something with that big three. So does Kevin Durant. You guys can't be playing with multiple talented players and lose. Got to get that W. Anybody know the name of this artist that brought Shawn Porter down to the ring? Uh-oh. Look like Terence Crawford got LL Cool J. He got an LL Cool J beat coming in. I'm bad. Oh, that's what happened when you bring some Queens flavor in here. Queens stand up. Oh, he go old school with the Queens. Who better to do it than Queens? When it comes to rap music, who better? I'm bad. From Farmers Boulevard, LL Cool J had the Kango and the rope chain. That 80s hip hop, son. That's still hitting hard. 2021, I'm bad, still hitting hard. Hold on. Oh, here comes the champ, Bud Terence Crawford. Woo, I'm showing you that you can't battle me no more. Who better to do it from Queens, baby? Uncle L, one of the pioneers from Queens. Yeah, there are some bad teams in the league. Yeah, man, Rockets, yeah. The Rockets are definitely trash, bro. Without a doubt. I'm bad. Cool J. Dun-dun-dun. Mr. Crawford coming to the ring dressed in black and white. Looking like a kung fu master from Staten Island. Shaolin in the building. I'm surprised he just went with the LL Cool J song. He ain't had nobody else to come down and present the rap with him. Hold on. About to start it off in a minute. Well, that's still no excuse though, G Money. Not at all. You can't have all those talented players on your team and come up short. It's inexcusable. No way, no how. No excuses on that. Especially when you pick all you guys came together to play with each other. You don't get no pass on that. That's what great players do. They figure out a way to win. Miami Heat did it. They had a bad first start. Yeah, but when you got so much talent on one team, especially when they're all-stars, you got to find a way to win. No excuses. You just got to find a way to win. That's why people hype you up and say you should be going to the finals. Even the Lakers, they had Gary Payton and Karl Malone. They was over the hill, but they still got to the finals. You got to still get there. You got the Lakers losing to the Suns, Western Conference Finals. That's still not good enough for the Lakers. They got to make it to the finals or either win. Now you got Jay-Z playing in the background. Here we go. First round. Shawn Porter with the black trunks. Terence Crawford with the white and black trunks. What's up, great one? You checking out the fight? Shawn Porter, short and stocky. Uh-oh. Shawn Porter is trying to let his hands go. What I told you in my preview video, the prediction. You get too close to Shawn Porter, he's going to try to let his hands go. This is the first round. They just feeling each other out. Terence Crawford has the longer arms, the longer reach. Yeah, no doubt, man. No excuses. What's the point of having a bunch of talent on your team? You get a bunch of guys that were all-stars or currently all-stars on one team. They got together to win. That's their main purpose. They didn't get together to rank up stats. You know? That's why these super teams get formed. They get together to win. They try to take over the league, make it unfair. So when they start losing, we start laughing at them. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Jordan was on the same team, and if they were losing, they better find a way to get them W's. Porter moving a little bit. I mean, yeah, not Porter. Crawford is moving a little bit. He knows how to stay a little busy to keep Shawn Porter off him. You don't want Shawn Porter to keep throwing punches at you. Well, that's the only way you can watch it. You got to scream it. This fight is not on TV. You have to scream it. And if you have like a smart TV, you can scream it through the app. The only way to watch this fight is on screaming, or if you got other ways, but let's just say the legalized way is ESPN Plus. If you have ESPN Plus, you can watch it. The legalized way. The non-free way. Shakur Stevenson is here. What's up, great one? How you doing, though, man? What's going on in the streets of Chi-Town? No, you got some skill. Wifey putting the special touches on Christmas gifts. You know, wrapping it pretty good. I can't wrap gifts for the life of me. I don't know how to do that properly. Right, round two. Beginning of round two. It'd have been great to see Floyd Mayweather go up against Terence Crawford. Too bad we're not going to see it. Because I don't think he want to fight him now. He probably didn't want to fight him back then if he was in his prime anyway. Oh, you just finished round one? Wow. Man, Shawn Porter got that Mike Tyson looking body. Short, stocky. Man, he looked like Mike Tyson out here. Starting to give me flashbacks of Mike Tyson. You know, but he's not standing up like this. Mike used to stand up like this. That's how Mike used to hold his guard. He used to hold his guard like that. So Shawn Porter don't box like that, though. Shawn Porter caught Terence Crawford a little bit. Gave him a little taste. A nice hit by by Shawn Porter. The Paul brothers. Oh, man. They need to get up out of boxing. That's what they need to do. Uh-oh. We're getting a little bit brawl in the second round. Woo! Terence Crawford caught him a little bit. Good hit by Terence Crawford. Now we got to fight. Uh-oh. They starting to turn it up. What I told you about Shawn Porter. He going to throw them punches. Shawn Porter ain't going to play with you. He going to punch. Here we go. We getting at it. Here come Bud. Terence Crawford didn't like that shot that he took. He want revenge. Shawn Porter gave him some work. He was right about this one. Shawn Porter giving him some work. See? Shawn Porter ain't playing. He going punch. Oh, what a hit. Man, he just hit. Terence Crawford hit Shawn Porter, made a bunch of spit come out of his mouth. You just saw that big blob of spit that come out of his mouth? That thing was he could put that on his food. That's sauce for his food. Just throwing up all over the place. He caught Shawn Porter with that hit. See, at least in boxing, when a guy loses, a guy loses. You know, Greg, I understand your format and of what you're talking about, man. Because some people can't accept defeat in basketball. They got to keep making excuses, especially sometimes the players. Carmelo Anthony was playing great before he went to the Lakers and still is playing great with the Lakers. They just got to find a way to win. That's all, Greek. That's all it comes down to. They better find a way to win. I don't want to hear no Westbrook excuses. Westbrook is the king of triple doubles. You better find a way to win with him. Kevin Durant made it to the finals with Westbrook. So LeBron, you should make it to the finals with Westbrook. Yeah, I know, but at least they don't got the excuses in it like basketball does, is what I'm talking about. They both sports. It's just that when somebody get their ass kicked in boxing, they just got to flat out admit it. Good punch by Shawn Porter. Good hit by Porter. He said there's excuse every year. For basketball, yes, there is. There's always, oh, this guy was hurt. He's injured. I don't want to hear all of that, man. Especially when you got hype behind you and you're predicted to win. I mean, if you lose, just take it like a man. Say, I lost. Shawn Porter is bleeding. Shawn Porter is bleeding. Oh, Shawn Porter slips. Man, come on, Terence Crawford. Don't hit him too much because you're gonna make this fight end. You're gonna make this fight end early. Whenever somebody's bleeding, they're gonna start hitting that spot. Good hit by Terence Crawford. Now they're doing WWE wrestling. They're holding on to each other like it's done. Oh, and they talking spat. Terence Crawford is drawing at him. Terence Crawford telling him I want the records. Terence Crawford is cocky, man. Crawford is cocky. I saw all what I need to see. I told you Terence Crawford was going to win this fight. And from the looks of it, he's going to win this fight. He already opened up the wound. Oh, that was a headbutt, though. It wasn't from a punch. It was a headbutt. Oh, that's what you get when you lunge in too much. You get headbutt. That's when boxing skills come into format because you don't want to get a headbutt. Yeah, I remember that. Man, look how good that Spurs team was, man. You guys beat the same Spurs team last season. Don't give me no excuses. You can't beat them. I don't want to hear none of that. You got beat fair and square. That's part of your finals loss record. You lost fair and square. Yeah, his teeth is bleeding. Shawn Porter's teeth is bleeding. All these excuses. Bron lost fair and square in 2014. I want to hear no nonsense. The Spurs was on a mission. They have the eye of the tiger. I don't want to hear none of that crap. They played. The Spurs kicked their butt. They lost. You can make a case the Spurs was always the better team. If it wasn't for no Ray Allen shot, the Spurs probably would have won anyway. Wasn't it fair then? So it wasn't fair when it was the Heat won in 2013? All right, then. They won off a shot, basically, because Ray Allen saved the whole franchise of the Miami Heat with that one shot. So he don't hit that shot. It's night for LeBron and Miami Heat. You guys won that. You give him credit for that, but you don't give the Spurs credit for beating the Miami Heat. Man, miss me with that. They lost fair and square. And the Spurs was older. Spurs is one of the oldest teams in the league. I don't hear that nonsense. Uh-oh, Terence Crawford caught a hit a little bit. He playing around. Terence Crawford, he going to end up catching you. See, this is the thing I don't like about Shawn Porter. He always comes off to me as a guy that's just a stepping stone for a good boxer. He'll give you a tough fight, but he's always going to lose. That's my thought about Shawn Porter most of the time. This is why I wanted to see Bud go up against Earl Spence Jr. But I think Bud would beat Earl Spence Jr. now that Earl Spence Jr. has the retina problem. That's a wrap for him. He'll lose to Terence Crawford. All Terence Crawford got to do is, you got a problem with the eye, retina? I'm going to keep hitting you. Bow, bow, bow. That's it. And Greek G Money is not a bronze slurper or nothing like that. He just was making the point, man. He was just making the point. You know, you could have a lot of talent and lose games, yes. You know, but if it's recognizable talent and you all came together to play on one team, it's a completely different story. People looking at you different. Look at that. Tough fight. Tough fight for Terence Crawford. See, he won a slick, easy fight. Shawn Porter better get it messy. You're going to get it dirty. Got to get it grimy if you want to win this fight. You're not going to win this fight by playing a little chess game with Terence Crawford. You're going to have to put those hands on Terence Crawford. You got to make it uncomfortable for him. Make him regret coming in that ring to even challenge you for a boxing fight. Get a little dirty, man. Take it to the streets of New York. Shawn Porter being a little too sloppy. Cheapskate move. That's a cheapskate move by Terence Crawford, though. Punch a guy in the back of the head, which is illegal, and then push him to the side. Come on, man. Yeah, I know that. I know that, G Money. That's why I was correcting it for him. You was just making a statement. I understand what you're talking about. But when it comes to these super teams, I don't want to hear it. Y'all better win, and you better win, period. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear none of that stuff, especially when you're all on the floor playing. 2014, they all was on the floor playing. You had your big three, the same team that won the championship a year before. Don't give me that nonsense. The Spurs was on a mission. And they were one of the best teams of all time. I don't want to hear that because you're supposed to be not one, not two. You're supposed to be the best. You're supposed to be the dynasty. That's what y'all got together for, right? He may pull this off, but I don't think so, though. He's gonna have to make this a dog fight. He gotta make Terence Crawford feel uncomfortable in this fight. We on the 5th round, by the way. 5th round. Oh, yeah. Now, see, the reasons why I'm glad you said that last point. The reason why the Lakers should be better is because they got 3 All-Stars and multiple Hall of Famers. They should be better. Carmelo Anthony ain't no scrub. I don't care how old he is. He ain't no scrub. That's Carmelo Anthony. That's an all-time great. Yeah, LeBron's not a top 5 player in the league. He don't play enough. That's why. He's not active enough to even be a top 5 player in the game. Steph Curry could take his spot. Yes, he is. No, LeBron got a plethora, like Stephen A. Smith would say, of weaknesses. It's not to say he's not great, but he got a couple weaknesses I can name off the bat. And that's one of the reasons why he comes up short. It's not the team, like people like to try to blame. Him as an individual player, he could come up short. How come these boxers' wife always look like they troubled or they about to cry? If y'all can't accept these fights, don't come to them. You know, they're professionals. I'm sure they know what they're doing in this fight. Yeah, he is more worried about stats. That's why I was saying, if LeBron plays the rest of his career out and he's not a title contender no more, he just right. Let's say LeBron plays basketball for the next 5 years. You already know what it's about. He's just looking to get to that record and pile up stats. Especially if you're older and you're not playing for a championship anymore, then what are you playing for at that point? See, Kobe retired because he was not done as a player, but he was done winning championships. So he was like, you know what? I might as well bow out gracefully. I could stay boxing. I could stay playing basketball and average 15 points a game, 20, get to the number one all-time scoring. But look how many I won't be leading my team to the playoffs. We'll be losing. Kobe knew it was over. It was a waste of time to play basketball. But like, you know what? I won my chips. It's over. Anything else from here is just going to be adding extra stats to my career. Oh, good punch by Shawn Porter. I like what I'm seeing from Shawn Porter. He rushed. He's forcing the fight. Like I said, Shawn Porter is a pit bull. He will force you to fight. He will force you to fight, but ultimately, if you break through him, you overcome it, you will win. Sixth round, 1 minute to go. What round you up to, great one? Ooh, is that all Justine? Okay. She gets the darker blue. Christmas gift wrapping. Knocking them all out. I think now she's doing what we call Little Sunshine's gifts. I think that's hers. Oh, that's Lance. Oh, look, she got skills, boy. I got the gift wrap. Use them. We got the gift wrap. We got to use them. If I had a little mini Christmas tree, I put them under. Huh? Yeah, it's a good story. Let me do heads or tails, and I decide which one you're gonna get that one. That'd make it fun. Damn. Hold on for a minute. Damn. When I need a coin, I ain't got one. Oh, but I'm pretty sure I got one right here.
When you need a coin, you gotta do a toss.
I would do a toss-up. Good fight so far, man. Now they're doing a hugging contest a little bit. Okay, 6th round, less than 2 minutes. Gotcha. Tails is Lance. Oh, Lance. Now we go to Lance. So that gives me room to get that colorful one. Oh, clashing heads. See, this is what happens in boxing. They keep clashing heads, man. They headbutting. Now Crawford is bleeding because he got a headbutt. See, Shawn Porter, he rushes in to fight a lot. He just wants a brawl. Anytime you're a boxer like that, you're going to get a lot of headbutts. These dudes is going to knock themselves out from butting each other's heads. They might as well take the boxing gloves off and just do this. Do a rock and roll contest. Just let each other hit each other's head with your head. Is that the Mario one you at? All right. I don't even know he's going to really like that because it's a Mario sports golf game. You know what I'm saying?
This is the thing. He has like a 50s Nintendo Switch game and he doesn't play.
Yeah, he do. Well, as I talked to him, he do. But his favorite is the one that you just see right there. Or that you, yeah, you haven't wrapped it yet. That's why I was saying wrap. That should be like the main one. I don't know about that Mario one. I got to answer him, but just keep it wrapped just in general. That's the that's the main one. Yes, he is. Porter's fighting pretty good. T was the only one saying Porter gonna try to put some hands. I know Porter was gonna be aggressive. Yeah, Braun always been, even in his prime, he's been a lazy defender. Yes, he is. He's a good help defender, but one-on-one, he's a bad defensive player. You know, but the biggest scapegoat is look at him shut down point guards. Yeah. Okay, he shut down point guards, but other guys that's near his size, he can't necessarily shut them down one-on-one. Melo always had his way with LeBron on the scoring end. He always was able to get it whatever shot he want off. Kevin Durant, Kobe, the list goes on and on. Oh, nice right hand from Porter. Man, what are these two guys doing? They holding each other. Yeah. Yeah, he was. But LeBron did have some moments when he shut D Rose down, but he's supposed to, man. D Rose is what, 6'3"? Oh, nice punch by Terence Crawford. Man, Shawn Porter is a one tough cookie, man. He can't. I told you, he never been knocked down. Shawn Porter is a tough guy. He could take a punch. Never been knocked down. Yeah, that's a bad look. Getting torched by Jason Terry and JJ Barrera. That should have never happened. What's the scorecard? Why they ain't releasing the scorecard? We in the 7th round.
That's the guy from.
Yeah, from ESPN. That's what his name is, Max Kellerman. That's what he mainly does is boxing. He don't really cover basketball. His main thing is boxing. This fight could be a draw. This fight could be a draw. You know? You know? Yeah, G Money. And they lost to the Spurs fair and square. There was no advantages and all this other nonsense. They had chances to beat the Spurs. The Spurs weren't head and shoulders above the Miami Heat, like his fanboys like to say. That's a lie. You just beat the team the year before. The same exact roster. So you can't do it the very next season? Come on, man. That's like the Bulls losing to the Knicks with Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan. You know, but they beat the Knicks the year before. So you can't say it's unfair. Oh, nice move. Woo! Crawford loading them hands. Crawford loading them hands. Say he forcing Terence Crawford to fight now. Now he's forcing Terence Crawford to fight. The 8th round, Terence Crawford loading on him. Exactly. And the Mavs were not better than the Miami Heat. So there's no excuses. I'm glad you brought that up, G Money. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Bulls losing to the Jazz in 98, but you beat them the year before. You can't make excuses. If they did lost, then they lost. Don't sit there and make excuses and say the Jazz was on a mission. They were so much better. No, they weren't. They were the same damn team from last year. The Spurs was just the same team from last year. And it wasn't even just so much figuring them out, great one. They make LeBron into a jump shooter. LeBron shoots 37%. outside of 3 foot from the basket. Meaning if you force him to a jump shot, that's one of his weaknesses. LeBron has more weaknesses than Michael Jordan. He always did. Bad free throw shooter that could cost you games, cost you ability to close. Closing ain't just hitting a game-winning shot. So bad free throw shooter, bad defender, bad shooter. Okay, that's 3 flaws already. LeBron James has never been a great shooter. That's why when he does shoot, you say, oh, wow, LeBron's jump shot got better. You know why you say that? Because you know he wasn't a great shooter to begin with. Because if he was a great shooter, it'd be just like Steph. You won't be saying, oh, his shot got better. You just say, hey, man, that boy can shoot. Yeah, they're holding on right now. They're getting a little tired. It's a WWE event right now. When it comes to basketball, Michael Jordan is almost the closest thing to being perfect as a basketball player. I'm dead ass. Great free throw shooter, great ball handler, could get to the basket, could finish with either hand. Perfect offensive skill set, has a go-to move. LeBron don't got no real go-to move. Michael Jordan is a better post-up player, but he's shorter than LeBron James. Still a better post-up player, better one-on-one defensive player. Come on, man. Underrated passer. Jordan really had no flaws. If you want to pick one, you could say his 3-point shooting, but he was an average 3-point shooter. By that logic, he'd be the same 3-point shooter like Kawhi. Huh? What you mean? Oh, nah, I didn't touch that at all. I just showed it to you a little bit, and that's that. I mean, you could click it on the side and see what's up. Yeah, the other one I definitely checked. You know, that was the very first one I got. Battery low? Oh, yeah, just take that right there. Charge it right there from that. It's the same cord. Take that cord right there and just charge it for a couple minutes and see. And I got 2 cords. I don't know what cord you want to use. That's a good idea. Even though it says brand new, give it a. You always want to test these things out. Because I could send it back if something wrong. All right, don't fit? It don't fit? Really? Well, let me see it. Let me see the type of phone, what type of charger it is. Well, don't take that out. I don't want them to. Oh, look, I got it. See? This is the same one.
So what is that that's for your iPod?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. So, here, but plug this in.
Plug it in. Oh, this is fast charging too.
Oh, you may want to keep that. You know, I dropped that. 9th round. Solid fight so far. The David Benavidez fight is not even a pay-per-view fight, but that had more action than this one a little bit. Shawn Porter is getting a little slow. Terence Crawford, 38% punches landed. And they're trying to say Terence Crawford, 38% punches landed. And they're trying to say Shawn Porter didn't really land no punches. I told you if this goes down to decision, my prediction was Terence Crawford will win this fight by decision. And I'm looking like a genius right now because I'm predicting it right. The scorecards is favoring Terence Crawford. You're not going to beat Terence Crawford on the scorecards. It's almost like a Floyd Mayweather effect. If you think you're going to beat Floyd Mayweather on the scorecards, even if you knock his lights out, even if you outbox him round after round, you're still not going to get that decision win over him. You got to knock Floyd out. And if you want to beat Terence Crawford, you're going to have to knock him out or put him down because the judges are too memorized by certain fighters. Once you get that reputation that you're a boxing genius, you got the skill set, there's nothing that the opposite opponent could do to really beat you because you're going to get the decision anyway. Good shot. Shawn Porter now rushing it a little bit. Go. Good punch by Terence Crawford. That stopped Shawn Porter dead in his tracks with that one. Oh, and wifey wrapping gifts, looking like a pro over here. She's nice with it, man. She really knows how to do her thing with wrapping gifts. You know, she's just talented, man. She know what to do. I don't know why it's not working with this phone. They're the same thing. They should be. Yeah, you probably didn't. You sure you didn't have a hard way to pick?
It's hard. I don't wanna.
I know.
Just let it charge. A little bit.
Huh?
Let it charge a little bit.
Oh, good punch by Terence Crawford.
What about the other one? Is there like a lot of charge?
Yes, that's good to go.
Why this is
My next one to be the sunset color. I like getting different colors because it makes it fascinating. You get the same phone, the same color. It's like, yeah. Even though I know it's whatever, it don't matter, but it makes it a little fun for me when I could pick out something else. It makes me excited about getting it, even if it's gonna have a screen cover on it anyway. But you're gonna hold all the accessories down because they're gonna come after you for the accessories.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Uh-oh. Shawn Porter went down. Shawn Porter went down for the first time. Catches him. Nice hit. That's the slickness of Terence Crawford. Now, Shawn Porter already lost this fight. He went down. That's a big gap between winning this fight. I think Terence Crawford beats Earl Spence. Earl Spence's injury now. His injury is a reason for concern. Terence Crawford loading up the punches. Shawn Porter's in trouble. Again. Shawn Porter down again. And Shawn Porter punching the ground. He's really upset. He says no. His father says it's over. Terence Crawford stops Shawn Porter. Terence Crawford stops Shawn Porter. And Shawn Porter is pissed off. His father said it's enough. It's a wrap. Bye-bye, Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter gets stopped for the first time by Bud Terence Crawford. Told y'all he the best welterweight. There's a reason why he got next. This is his fight. Terence Crawford, a bad boy, man. But you could see Shawn Porter really wanted to continue the fight. He would have got knocked down more times in this round because he already got knocked down twice. More punches from Terence Crawford have been a wrap. I told you he could have beaten Shawn Porter more easily if he stand not too close to him. You got a longer reach. Do what Kell Brook did. Just keep jabbing the guy. That's it. Shawn Porter is always a stepping stone for a great boxer. That's why I looked at him. Good fight, though. Now they're hugging it out. They're hugging each other. Talking about, yeah, you real one, man. You the best fighter I ever fought against. They're doing all that stuff now, But it was a heated fight. And you see when he got knocked down, he's punching on the mat. Wait till you see it, great one. Yeah, Porter is mad. And Shakur Stevenson is there. The Floyd Mayweather of boxing. That's what they call him.
That's the youngest, right?
Yeah. They shouldn't call Shakur Stevenson the Floyd Mayweather of boxing. Because he's not nearly as defensive as Floyd is. Yeah, it wasn't a pay-per-view worthy fight. It should have been on Showtime for free. The David Benavidez fight had a little more action than this. Oh, you killed it, huh? You knocked all of this out. Rest your hands. Oh, you're not done yet. You got to get that one. Presents galore. Oh, it was a good fight. Told you, Z. Man, you should know better to doubt Terence Crawford. You know he was going to win. You just was rooting for the underdog, though. Oh. See, Terence Crawford is an accurate puncher. Shawn Porter just can't land enough accurate punches. Mm. Yep, you already know. You already know. His father stopped the fight because he knows if they continue to fight, he would have got knocked down more. Uh-oh, they dancing in the ring. They celebrating. They celebrating. She got a COVID mask on, and they dancing in the ring. I think that's his mother. His mother out there trying to do the boogie oogie with a COVID mask on. You see his mother getting down like, yo, Terence Crawford mother look ratchet, man. I'm sorry, but nah, it's not. It's on ESPN Plus. Terence Crawford mother look ratchet, son. Word up, man. Real talk. Yo, his mom's look ratchet, dude. Word. Word, son. Mom's look ratchet. Yeah, I know, right? Man, well, yeah, what happened to that war stuff? You gonna stop the fight already? Shawn Porter wasn't seriously hurt. If he was seriously hurt, he wouldn't have had the energy to be punching holes in the floor because he was angry. 38-0 for Terence Crawford. Bring on Earl Spence Jr. Bring on Earl Spence Jr. It's enough. Give us the fight we wanted because we didn't really want this fight initially. We didn't want this fight initially. This should have been Earl Spence Jr. We didn't want this fight initially. Take money. Shake money. Terence Crawford is that G. Yeah. Bring Canelo. Let him get some of this Terence Crawford smoke. If Floyd Mayweather could fight Canelo could come down here and get some of that action. Get some of that smoke. Get some of that Terence Crawford smoke. He know he don't want it. Oh, Earl Spence Jr. is in the crowd. The man he was supposed to be fighting. That's who we really want to see. That's the guy who's supposed to be fighting Pacquiao. But he got hurt in the last fight. Earl Spence just gets up and walk away. Wow. Added on to the drama. Man, Earl Spence was iced out. You seen that big jewelry he had? Better come and get some of this smoke. Come and face Terence Crawford. Yeah, it was a good night for boxing. Earl Spence Jr. in the building. He just left out nodding his head like this. What you mean you nodding your head like that, son? You want smoke or what? Come and get some. Face Terence Crawford. Stop running from these great fights. Give us the fights we want to see. Canelo, won't you face David Benavidez? He's your mandatory. You took a fighter from Africa. You about to fight a bum from Africa. If you can, you pick a fight.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah. Yeah, like the fight was, I wouldn't say it was amazing. It was okay. Actually, we both expected Crawford to win.
Yeah, I mean, he was the favorite, but look at this though. This wasn't even supposed to be a pay-per-view fight, let alone they're not even supposed to be fighting. This technically was supposed to be Earl Spence. You know, so
yeah. No, but I don't even think Errol Spence is going to fight him. I think it's going to be Ortiz and Crawford.
Yeah. Oh, yo, you know who could we get?
What do you think?
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think Crawford wins that too. I don't think.
You think he beats Lopez too?
Yeah.
Wow. So who you think has the best chance of beating Terence Crawford?
Probably Spence Jr. I think Ortiz would be a close fight. But like you said, Errol Spence has the injury now, so I don't know if he's going to be the same as he was before.
Exactly. That's a serious injury. It's around the eye. Bro, look, if you had a detached retina and somebody keeps punching you around there, you got that injury from practice because somebody punched you in the face. Just imagine how many times your boxing opponent will do the same thing to your face.
Yep.
So he won't be the same. You know, I don't think he's going to be the same boxer. I don't care what people say. There's no way you can have an injury to your eye and be the same boxer. Kell Brook had an injury to his eye or like his socket, something like that, and never was the same again. Because every time he got into a fight, people keep punching him in that same exact spot. Know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Well, what you think for the NFL we got tomorrow? You know, I forgot to mention the Eagles got the win last week. You know, we stomped the mud hole.
Who you guys play?
Who we played last week? I forget who we played last week, but it was a blowout. I think we had like 44. I forget what team we played.
It wasn't Lions.
Was it the Lions? Then we had like 44 on them. I know it was a blowout.
No, you got lost to the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, lost to
the Lions. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, the Lions. Yeah. I'm about to say. You know. Oh yeah. Crawford equals Floyd. Man, I think Crawford's better.
No, sorry. You guys played the Broncos. My bad.
Oh, the Broncos. Yeah, that's right. I do think. I mean, his father's going to explain why he stopped the fight. Do you think he stopped the fight too early?
Yeah, because it looks like Crawford. I mean, what's it called? I think Porter still wanted more. You saw how pissed he was, right? After they called it a knockout. I think he could have took a little more.
Yeah, but you know what? I think if that fight continued, how many that had like a minute left, right? So he got knocked down twice in the same round. He would have had no energy. He probably was already seeing stars a little bit and feeling some of the
but the way he got up there, it looked like he could still take more though, because he got up right. It's not like he was like on the floor for like a while. He got up right away, and he was pissed off too. That hey, why did you stop the fight? Oh
yeah, bro, that's his first time getting knocked down. He never got knocked down in the fight. He fought Adrian Broner. He fought Kell Brook. He never got knocked down like that. So that's his very first time. You know, but Ortiz and Crawford would be a great fight. I think his best challenges would be Lopez, Spence, and Ortiz.
You have to keep in mind though, these judges are always like, there's some guys that always have judges more biased towards them.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to explain to people. I said in my preview.
Like same with these Canelo fights too.
Yeah.
I don't think Canelo's gonna lose unless he gets knocked out. I don't think he's gonna lose. If he fights more fights, he's not gonna lose another fight. Especially the dudes
if you're talking about with decision, nobody's never gonna decide. That's what I think for Crawford. I think I got two guys. I think that they will always get the benefit of the doubt and get the points. One was Floyd. I mean, he's retired though, but Terence Crawford, and I think Canelo will always get the decision if it goes the distance.
Yeah, no, Canelo is he's becoming like Floyd right now. He's like, the last fight he fought with, that was terrible.
Bro, he's been doing that for a while. He's been ducking so many good fighters. I made a whole video on fighters that he's been ducking. It's more than one. You know, he's just picking opponents that he knows he could beat.
He's another guy who I think is overrated too. These judges always favor him as well.
Yeah, yo, bro, he's fighting a C-class fighter that has no right to be fighting him. The guy just coming off a loss.
Yeah.
You know, why won't you fight your mandatory? Why won't you fight the fights that people want to see you fight in? This is the problem with boxing. At least UFC gives you the fights and they force you to fight.
Yeah,
you know?
And they give you the fights like you want to see too.
Yeah. This was a second. I wouldn't say this was like a bad fight, but this wasn't a fight that people was jumping up and down to see. Nobody
it wasn't pay-per-view worthy. Like
but nobody was saying, man, I want to see Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter. Nobody was saying that. You know, we all wanted Earl Spence. You know.
Yep. What about Canelo? Who do you think Canelo should fight? I think he should fight
that's because it's from that company. The other one is from T-Mobile.
When you charge it,
yeah.
It's getting like hot. Not like this.
Let me see. Hold on for a minute, Greg.
No,
sure.
That's my phone now. I put it here. I search it's saying
Oh, okay. Yeah, the only reason why it says AT&T because that particular phone I bought is from AT&T, but it's still factory unlocked.
You got AT&T too?
No, this is Christmas stuff, man. I'm buying gifts for some people. You know, so but that phone I bought is unlocked. You know, it's unlocked from AT&T, but it's still factory GSM unlocked, meaning you could use a bunch of other companies on it. You know what I'm saying? Zach said he loved the fight. Crawford is a beast. More exciting than Canelo. I mean, Canelo's a knockout artist, though. That's the difference between him and Floyd.
Yeah, no, I agree with him. He's more even Canelo like these fights. Like he should. I want to see him fight Benavidez.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be a good fight. See, that's the dang about Canelo. The fact that he's facing people he know he could beat, but at least he's still putting them out. He's like knocking them out, and he's putting them down. Difference between Floyd,
and then, like I said,
he's not doing that. He's just going.
If you're like those, one of those like, if you're like one of those like rookie, like basically if you're a nobody,
right,
and you're going up against him, even if it goes to 12 rounds, the judges are never gonna choose you to win. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, but his fight's not going there. He's knocking these bums out. You know, this is what Floyd should have been doing. If you're picking your own opponents, why dance around the ring and wait for the judge decision? Just put the guy out and knock him out. And that would get more respect because at least you're knocking the guy out. You know, Canelo does the same thing Floyd does. He masks it because he has more punching power and he's knocking these guys out. You know, so that's the only difference. Yep. But yeah, man, we got to see who Terence Crawford going to face next. But this is going to be big because they say he wasn't a big pay-per-view draw. So if he may not get another pay-per-view fight, if this one don't bring in the money, you know, in order to get a pay-per-view, you got to bring in money. You got to have a big following. If you can't do that, you won't get a pay-per-view. You know, I'm kind of surprised that he actually got this pay-per-view. I think this was like a test to see if people be willing to pay for.
This was like ESPN Plus. It's like a different. This is more of a subscription thing.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. How would you able to watch
ESPN Plus is more. It's not. Oh, I used one of my friends' stream. I watched it here on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Who I think Canelo or Crawford?
No, but I'm saying ESPN Plus isn't really. Say that again?
Well, Zach is asking who wins, Canelo or Crawford. That depends on what division. If Crawford moves up in weight, Canelo will beat him.
I'd honestly give the nod to Crawford.
Well, that is if Canelo moves down to his weight class. But either way is unfair because if Terence Crawford moves up in weight, he's going to get knocked out. If Canelo moves down in weight, he's going to get probably knocked out because he's going to be drained. I mean, he'd be looking like a skinny crackhead if he goes down to.
What's their weight difference?
Terence Crawford is 147. Terence Crawford 147, but Canelo's moving up to about like 175. You know, so it's a big weight difference.
That big of a difference, like, yeah, but
No,
I don't think that won't happen because they don't want to move into. It's
Yeah.
kind of like when you know the UFC fighter Khabib.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Khabib's
Yeah,
a beast.
he wasn't gonna move to. Yeah, I know. No, I'm saying though, but he wasn't gonna move to like Usman's division. Or
Yeah.
guys like those.
Oh, okay. He put
Because
the whooping on Conor
beat
McGregor.
those guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Khabib,
well,
man.
Connor's he's washed though.
Yeah, he's just selling by the name. He could sell a fight though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People will always watch him fight,
Yeah.
even if he gets his ass.
No,
kicked,
but even
people
his
watch him
last
fight.
fights, his last couple fights, I forgot who it was the last one where he twisted.
The one where he
leg.
popped his
What was that
leg or
against?
whatever. Remember the
Yeah.
the last fight
What
when
was
his
that
leg
against?
was twisted. I forgot the guy's name,
Yeah,
but I was screaming that fight. Yeah, his leg just.
yeah, he's done now. He's pretty much washed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of that,
I think right now though the big thing, I think UFC is kind of still the exciting thing going on right now.
hell yeah.
I think it's probably surpassed boxing in terms of popularity.
That's because it's giving the people the fights they want to see. That's all it comes down to. Because if you give people the fights they want to see in boxing, they will flock to it. You know how you could do a pay-per-view Earl Spence versus Terence Crawford. I guarantee you people will watch it. You know, or if Earl Spence moved up in weight because he's naturally big, he could go and face Canelo. That'll be a fight. You know. So
yeah, I feel like UFC fights, I don't know why, they just feel more advertised too. I don't think boxing is as much as before.
Yeah, and
Unless
UFC
it's like
is more
Tyson
accessible.
Fury fighting.
Oh yeah, it's more accessible too.
No, another thing too, boxing too. Unless Tyson Fury's fighting, like the Tyson Fury Wilder, they don't give boxing that much coverage. Like
I know
and stuff. Because when
that's
it came
the
to
problem.
a Wilder and Fury fight, they gave so much coverage around it. This fight, there wasn't any coverage around it.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. And yo, the funny thing is, you talking about watched. What you see LeBron for the next season? Let's say he don't ever win another championship. I don't think. Do you see him winning another championship, or you think he's over?
No, absolutely not. Not unless they get like Kyrie or something. Like they'd have to get they'd have to make a big move.
Because I think it may be a situation where he's just playing out the rest of his career in the Lakers. He got one championship with them, same way he did with the Cavaliers. So he may play 4 years, no more championships on the Lakers. I mean,
I don't think he wants to leave LA too, because LA that's.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to leave LA because that's Los Angeles.
Yeah, but here's the funny part: people act like LeBron wins multiple championships in a row. He won one in Cleveland, then he spent the other 3 years losing. So why can't he just win one in LA, and then he may lose the rest of the years? You know, it's not like he win three-peats or nothing like that. Some of these fanboys be acting like he three-peated all the time. You know, he kind of underachieves on all the championships.
Well, what they do is it's a 8 finals appearance for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean that
8 straight finals appearances. That's what they go off.
Yeah, but still, man, you got to look at it like that division at that time was so weak, man. I mean, like, imagine Kobe and Paul Gasol.
These people think that.
Yeah, imagine Kobe and Paul Gasol. Imagine Kobe, Paul Gasol.
Oh, yeah.
That whole Lakers team was in the Eastern Conference. They'd be in the finals almost every year too
or even Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant was in the East, if Kevin Durant's in the East, I know he isn't now, but back then he's going to the finals every year too.
Yeah. No, so it wasn't that.
Like put Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Put those like main dudes.
Oh,
They're going to finals every year as well.
LeBron's biggest competition came from the Western Conference, and he spent more time losing to Western Conference teams than beating them.
Yeah,
so I tell people, there's a
reason why he has they go on about this 8 straight finals appearances.
Yeah.
But the reason why he has a lot of losses is because the East is weak. If the East was stronger, then he wouldn't be going to the finals every year, and his finals record wouldn't be he wouldn't have a losing record in finals.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because he wouldn't get there. You know. But when you got to beat the Atlanta Hawks and all these scrubs, some of these forgettable teams that nobody care about, I mean, come on.
Yep.
You know? So
exactly.
You know, and it's not like he was playing on a bad team and he was the only superstar. He kind of like monopolized the whole Eastern Conference because they're the only ones that had like true big three. Then they had all the best role players. So
yeah, I know. Outside of 2018 and probably 2007,
yeah,
there was no question they were coming out of the East.
oh yeah, no question. The only challenge he had, the only challenge that was questionable was 2018. You're right, because that was just him and Kevin Love
and 2007.
Yeah, in 2007.
And 2007.
I give him props for those because
those are only 2 years where you could say he didn't have the best team in the conference. But the other years, it was obvious that he was going to finals.
Yeah, because he had 2 other All-Stars and multiple good role players.
Yeah, exactly.
How could you not win with that? Or at least go to the final.
Even and on top of that too, I think 2012, if D Rose is healthy, that would have been another challenge for the Heat team. I don't know if the Heat win in 2012 if D Rose doesn't get injured.
Zach say Bronny James will be the next Michael Jordan. And another LeBron.
Is he even going to make the NBA? Let's worry about that first.
Yeah, man. I hope we don't get that because I don't want another decade of talking about a LeBron versus Jordan debate for another whole decade again.
Do you think his son is gonna? I don't watch high school basketball, but is he like good enough for the NBA or what?
To be honest with you, I don't even watch. I haven't really watched him play. I just heard about.
Is he better? Is he like? Because I know LaMelo. It was obvious he was gonna make the NBA, but I don't know about Bronny Jr.
Hell yeah. So yeah, man. But are you still sold on the Rams going to the Super Bowl?
No, I was. I mean, they have a good team.
Who you got?
They're a good team.
Who you got for your MVP then?
Probably right now, I think it's gonna go beat Brady.
Oh, that's crazy, son. You think Brady could win another?
No, it would have
been.
It would have been. It would have been Kyler Murray though, but he got injured. If he didn't get injured, I think he wins the MVP.
Oh, okay. Who you think can win? You think Brady can win another ring?
It just depends on how they play in the playoffs. It could, if they have a bad game like they did against the Titans. Remember that one year where they lost to the Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they have like a bad game like that in the first round, then they're gonna lose. It just depends on how they play. If they're on the same page and play well, they'll win. If they have a bad game, because you never know with football, there's more upsets than there is in the NBA.
Exactly. So let me ask you this:
Brady, in the NFL, it's one game, it's over.
That's it. Yeah, that's what makes it fun, though. You got to try your best for one game.
So if
he all on the line,
like last week they lost to Washington. Last week they lost to Washington. If they played like that in the first round, they're gonna lose, no question.
Oh yeah. Okay, Brady, LeBron, or Floyd Mayweather, who has the better legacy in their respective sports?
I think Brady. Brady. He has 7 championships, of course.
Okay. I mean, sometimes some people go off different stuff other than just championships.
Well, I think popularity-wise, I think LeBron's more popular, though.
Okay. All right.
Around the world, I think, because football's not popular in other countries.
Because it's not even being played. Yeah, football it's not even in the Philippines. My wife never even saw an NFL game before. Prior to now, being here now.
It's only it's even in Canada too. They don't even in Canada. People in Canada, they're not crazy about NFL. Like they have the CFL, Canadian Football League, but most people
football is really an American sport at its core.
Yeah. I think I had one friend I knew. He was from the UK. He was actually into football somehow.
Okay, wow, that's great. All right, so you got Tom Brady for basically because he won more. So you said his legacy is the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, who's the weakest legacy out of that?
Floyd. No question.
Floyd.
I told you he's the most overrated athlete in history.
Okay. In history of sports in general, just period.
Yeah.
Zach say
boxing
is better than basketball. I say it's 50-50 because boxing still didn't give me the fights I want. So I say it's 50-50. At least in basketball, they forced to play against each other sometimes.
Yeah, but I'd say legacy-wise, like because Brady is definitely more, or actually no, Floyd is more successful. But the way he won those, like he cherry picked his fights.
Yeah.
Like in football, you can't avoid the best team. You have to go through the best team a lot of years.
Yeah, you know what the thing about Floyd is? He won those fights by decision. But if you look at some of these fights, you can't tell that he won those fights. They look like losses. You feel me? The Castillo fight was a
But I have
loss.
to go with
I don't
Brady
care what
as
nobody
far
says.
as-
That fight against Castillo was a loss, bro.
Yeah.
Floyd, he
but-
was a punching bag. Word.
Yeah. But as far as legacy talk, who do you think is? You'd say Brady?
That's a good one. Brady, LeBron, or Floyd Mayweather. Who got the better legacy? I'm probably gonna say LeBron because he's more famous. I think people are gonna remember him a little more. So I'm going by not just winning all the time. Even though if you're just going by winning, it's Tom Brady. But in terms of remembering, I think people are gonna remember and talk about LeBron more than Tom Brady in their respective sports. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I mean, Tom Brady is not too far from there. You know, if you're just going by winning, then I'm giving it to Tom Brady. But I'm also got to look at years from now who we be talking about. Now, will I even be talking about Tom Brady years from now? You know, if I'm talking about other quarterbacks, I don't even know if I bring.
But if you got like a new guy coming in, like Giannis or Luka Doncic, they're gonna be more focused on those guys than they are LeBron.
Yeah, that's a good question though. I don't think we're going to be using LeBron's name in the future. You're not going to say this guy's the next LeBron. You're going to be saying, "Oh, this is the next guy to try to surpass Jordan."
Let me chime in.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's up, my guy? How you doing?
What's up?
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, obviously we know the world we live in, basketball is bigger than football.
Okay.
Worldwide. So
yes.
Even like guys like Steph Curry and KD are more known than Brady, and they always will be.
Exactly.
And LeBron's bigger than those guys.
Yeah, that's why I said I think
football
Bron has a better leg. Yeah. So I think just from the fact that LeBron's more known than Tom Brady, he may get the nod. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
he's just like an iconic figure, you know. He's a household name, you know. But it doesn't matter. You can go to any country. If you ask them, like in the Middle East, who Tom Brady is, they won't know who he is.
Yeah, that's true.
If you ask them who LeBron James is, they'll know who he is. If you ask them who Steph Curry is, they'll know who he is.
So who you think got the better legacy out of
them? Well, if you're just looking at it sports-wise, obviously Tom Brady. He's the GOAT of football, and you can't deny that.
Okay. All right.
And is LeBron James a GOAT? I mean, yeah, you can make the case he is. Everyone can make the case he is. I personally don't think he is, but you know, he's top 3, top 5 in his sport.
Man, that's a good question. You say Brady is the GOAT of football. I don't know, man. Will people be saying that? I still get some pushback on that because I say Brady was the GOAT, and people look at me like I'm crazy. They be like, no, he ain't the GOAT. You know, so I don't know, man. Like,
so who would you ask then?
Huh? But from what people been telling me, they say Joe Montana. They say all these other guys.
What did Joe Montana do that Brady didn't do?
That is true.
Well, I think with Joe Montana, I think Brady's GOAT. But with Joe Montana, the case is that he never lost, obviously, and then he never threw an interception in the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, you can say that.
But I think with Joe Montana, though, his like Brady had a better longevity. Montana didn't.
Yeah, Brady also.
And even when Montana left, I know. I'm saying when Montana left, Steve Young took over the team, and they still won Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the Patriots. I mean, obviously, we could see that it was more Brady than it was Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah, especially that he won without him. Yeah, so that proves that narrative wrong. And Great One says the worst legacy on that list is Floyd Mayweather. Do you agree?
Floyd Mayweather. I mean, when we look at boxing, bro, first name comes to mind is Mike Tyson and these guys, not Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson,
Ali, obviously.
You know, not Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's types of fights, they were not any high-profile fights. The fights he won, he picked and chose. Mike Tyson didn't really go pick and choose. When Mike Tyson was in his game,
Yeah.
like I'm just saying, it's not really a comparison. Floyd Mayweather, yeah, he might be undefeated, but it's not really impressive if you look at his fights.
Yeah, bro, he's undefeated on the scorecards. But if you look at some of these fights, you can't tell me that he won them. You know?
He can't.
You know, because bro, he lost that Castillo fight. I don't understand how he get the win.
I said the Medina fight. He should have Medina fight. Do you remember that fight, Prince?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, he should have not won that fight. Yeah.
If you even go back to the Pacquiao fight,
because
he fought Pacquiao.
He made
Pacquiao
Floyd bleed.
Yeah. You think Pacquiao won? Some people say Pacquiao won that fight.
I wouldn't say he won, but I was thinking he was definitely hobbled. And we know a torn labrum, a lot of your movement from your shoulder, swinging, especially in boxing, comes from your shoulder. And if you can't swing, you can't fight.
That is true. But the Castillo one stands out the most for me. Oh, and the Oscar De La Hoya fight. I always get people telling me Oscar won that. We could be talking and debating for hours about that fight because I swear to God, people keep saying Oscar won that fight. So that's another one too. So he got a lot of what ifs on his resume.
But at the same time, though, you could like do that with anyone. But I think Floyd's definitely between. I think he's even more bottom than LeBron. I think. At least with LeBron, there was a point where you could say he was the best player, like in those Miami days.
Yeah.
I don't think Floyd was ever the best boxer.
You always thought Pacquiao was better?
Yeah.
What about you?
At least with LeBron, I tell people with LeBron, at least there was a year like those Miami years and then those last couple Cleveland years.
Yeah.
He was no question the best player in the league. But with Floyd Mayweather, you can't say that.
Right. Yeah, because Pacquiao was always there.
Yeah, I agree.
If they fought earlier and without none of this, he's taking steroids nonsense, or he's scared of needles, everybody going back and forth. If they just flat out fight in their primes, who you think win?
Pacquiao. Well, it depends. Well, it depends how it's put up. Yeah. Floyd has he gets to pick and choose a lot of things he likes, and Pacquiao wouldn't have that to his advantage.
That is true. Floyd has a lot of controversy around it. Even the judges, people say, oh, he fights in Vegas because, he has the judges in his pocket. I can't, I'm not going to comment on that too much because I don't have proof, but this is some things that people say, Right. But what do you daughter to tonight's fight? Did you watch this Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford?
I actually did not watch that fight tonight, but I got the update and I was like, okay, you see what happened.
Oh yeah, I was telling Greg.
Like I said first.
Say that
I was
again?
saying they didn't really cover this, like compared the coverage.
Yeah.
Nowadays they're not giving boxing that much coverage, like unless it's like Wilder versus Fury. This didn't get a lot of coverage.
Or unless they're having some old people come out of retirement and fighting,
Oh yeah. Yeah, you had Mike Tyson being a big name in boxing, and he's way past his prime. And that got people talking about boxing just to hear the name Mike Tyson again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you hear about the Darren Williams and Baron Davis fight?
Yeah, I heard about that. I think that's in December. Is that please tell me that's not on pay-per-view.
I don't know how that's.
No, wait, Darren Williams versus who?
I think Baron Davis. I could be wrong.
No, Darren Williams. Darren
Williams versus a football player, I think.
Yeah. Yep. NFL meets the NBA.
Oh no, it was who is he fighting? Let me check.
But he's definitely fighting. Don't let this be pay-per-view, please. This should be a free fight.
No, I think it is. I think it's an undercard.
It's an undercard? Okay. But on a pay-per-view though, huh? So
wait, who is he? Oh, he's fighting Frank Gore. That's who it is.
Oh, Frank Gore. That got it. Yeah. So
I think I'm gonna have to say that's gonna be ended pretty quickly. Frank Gore's gonna give him the work.
Word. But man, it should be free, man. Like I don't know, man. I think boxing should really fix the way it charges people money for fights. Some of these fights should just be on Showtime.
No, what they just do, they put these fights on ESPN, ABC, like these local networks.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that they should put these fights on ABC local networks, so at least cover it's like With the NFL, you could tune in. It's on Fox, CBS, NBA is on ESPN, TNT.
Yeah.
They need to do the same with boxing.
What do you
I
guys
think
think?
so, too.
What do you guys think of Jake Paul?
Oh, Jake Paul, man. He's not a
Not a
boxer
real
to
boxer.
me. He's a funny thing about it is he's arguably the biggest name in boxing. That's the funny thing. That goes.
You know what? That's what I used to think too. That he's not really a boxer. He's more of a media freak. But when you actually go watch his tape and you actually ask real boxing analysts like Max Kellerman, other guys who've actually boxed, and when they're actually being real, if you watch the film and tape on Jake Paul, he actually knows how to box.
Mm.
Dude, I'll see Canelo and let's see him go against Canelo and Crawford, guys like those.
Mm. Well, I mean, if you want to take this dang serious and make people take him seriously, he's going to have to take some big fights.
Yeah.
You know, if he's ready, assuming if he's ready. But it's kind of weird that a celebrity, I think he's a YouTube celebrity out of all places. He's a YouTube celebrity, and he's arguably the biggest name in boxing. That's kind of sad. That's like one of us.
The world we live in. It's the world we live in. It's a trending world.
Hey, move a little off topic. Who are your guys' pick for the Super Bowl this year?
Eagles. Now let me stop. Super Bowl. Oh man. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
I'll be Buffalo there 1 second.
I think right now.
All right. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
I think Rams are. They're gonna get exposed somehow. Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like winning a Super, because Matt Stafford hasn't had a lot of playoff experience. I think he's only played in like 2 playoff games his whole career. So I think he's gonna. I don't think the Rams are winning the Super Bowl. Really? Unless the defense just carries the entire team. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I got the Bills. I'm gonna go with a New York team, the Bills. Well, what's your team? You said it's not the Rams, so
I think I might have to go with I think it's gonna be the Bucks and Bills meeting the Super Bowl, and whoever plays the best is gonna win that. It could go either way. I'll probably, if I had to put money on it, I'd put the Bucks, but I would not be surprised about the Bills.
Okay. All right. Sky said he'll be back, so he had to go somewhere real quick. You know, but all right. So yeah, we was talking about Super Bowl teams. What's your pick for the Super Bowl? What team you got?
Okay, so first of all, I think people gotta relax down in the AFC, and they gotta really understand that you guys counted out the Chiefs when they went 2-4. Because where they are right now, they're back winning their division. They're back at the top of the AFC, and honestly, as much as I want to pick the Chiefs, they can easily get to the Super Bowl. When it comes down to the end, you do not want to play Patrick Mahomes in a wild card game. You do not want to play Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game. You do not want to go to Kansas City and play a playoff game. My hot pick right now, do not be surprised if the New England Patriots are playing in the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, I don't want to see that.
Do not be surprised.
I can't see that, though.
Bill Belichick,
right now, they have to make playoffs.
He's got that defense. He's got that defense playing at a high level. They are going to make the playoffs. They're 7-4 already. They're 7-4 already.
No, but I'm saying that they have a chance because right now the whole AFC is like tight, though.
That's what I'm saying. You really don't know who's going to come out of the
seed
AFC.
number like 4 through seed 4 through 9 is like pretty much even.
Right. And then if I were going to pick someone in the NFC, I think it's time Aaron Rodgers gets back to a Super Bowl.
You said Aaron Rodgers?
I think it's time Aaron Rodgers gets back to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I hope. Like, I cannot. You know how I feel about the Packers, Prince.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I mean, people who know me, I'm the biggest Bears fan there is. But you gotta acknowledge what the Packers are doing.
Hey, yo, you just said you a Bears fan. That's Great One's team, man. So you guys got something in common.
I wouldn't say the Bears are the Great Ones team. I know this guy pretty well. He ain't no true Bears fan.
Whoa!
I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand when the Patriots used to play the Bears and when the Bucks had played the Bears. It's pretty much more rooting for Brady than rooting for the Bears.
Well, they got annihilated by the Bucks, though. They got annihilated this year.
Wait, Great One, is that true?
And we can see you how excited you are right now saying that too.
Is that true? What he's saying?
No, what's it called? But the Bucks and Bears. Did you think the Bears were going to win that game?
It's not about who you think is the winner, Don. Who your team is, my guy. That's the question.
Wait, Prince. The Bucks and Bears. Did you really think the Bucks were going to win that?
I'm not a fan of neither one of those teams, but I mean, if I was a,
so if your Eagle went up against the Rams, who would you pick to win?
I'm going to pick the Eagles to win. That's the team I'm going to support. You know, I'm gonna say we in trouble, but I'm gonna say, hey, I'm still rooting for my Eagles.
There you go. There you go. Know? That's the definition of a fan, my guy.
So, yeah, man. But I don't know, man. I guess he was just speaking from like based off logic and what team is hot sometimes. You know,
yeah, I mean, you got to look at all the factors. I mean, the Packers, they play both sides of the ball very good. You know,
like right now, what's it called now? The Bulls, no, same with the Bulls too. People are saying I don't think the Bulls are. I think they probably make it. I think they lose in the first round.
That's a hot take.
I don't think. I'll be honest. If they go against the Knicks, I don't think they beat. I think they could beat maybe a team like the Celtics in the first round, but I can't see them being like a team like the Knicks.
So you think you think
they have no playoff experience?
You think it's fake news how they've beaten basically every good team in the NBA?
Well,
say that again.
You're telling me it's fake news how they've basically beaten every good team in the NBA so far?
Yeah, but it's a regular season though. Same with the Warriors too. I like Prince. We're not on the Warriors hype. I don't think they beat the Suns.
There's no hype to the Warriors. They've been the Warriors. They're the same Warriors that won the championship before.
Yeah, but guys like Andrew Wiggins. What are
you asking Andrew Wiggins to do? Are you asking Andrew Wiggins to drop 40 points a game, or are you asking Andrew Wiggins to be Harrison Barnes?
Well, when Steph Curry is double teamed, and
that's when you have Klay Thompson.
He's going to rely on Andrew Wiggins.
That's when you get Klay Thompson. No, he's not.
He hasn't played
Klay Thompson.
He hasn't played it in over 2.5 years.
And if you know basketball, Klay Thompson's game is not predicated on athleticism. It's not predicated on using his knees or mobility. It's used on coming off screens, catching and shooting, and spot up shooting. And he does not need to be athletic to do that. Anyone who knows basketball knows Klay Thompson's game is not dependent on an Achilles or an ACL.
No, but it's been last time he played a game was 2019.
Just because you haven't played a game in 2 years doesn't mean you go from being possibly the second greatest shooter of all time and losing a jump shot. It is different.
And
yes, if he was an athletic player let's say LeBron James or Zach LaVine or Derrick Rose coming back,
just spread it out, right?
Then we can say yes, we're worried about him possibly being the same player. But no, his game does not resemble anyone like that. No niftiness into his game. So it's a high IQ basketball for Klay Thompson.
Salute.
G Money's here.
Hey, yo, G Money, just the guy. We talking about the Warriors.
I mean, salute Shy Riz. How you talking about? I know Klay Thompson may not be athletic, but he still needs to get some game rep. It's not because here's the thing we have to consider. Klay's a good shooter, but he can be streaky sometimes. You don't know which Klay Thompson can show up offensively sometimes. And you have to understand this, though. We haven't seen Jordan Poole in the playoffs. We haven't seen Damian Lee in the playoffs. We haven't seen James Wiseman in the playoffs. So, again, the Warriors are great, but don't bring me, they won championships before. That was a different roster back then.
It's not really a different roster.
Yes, it is.
Lay 1 through 5. It's the same team. Who you got a point guard? You got Steph Curry.
Bro,
who you got a shooting guard? You got Klay Thompson. Who's setting you the screens?
Keep going.
Who's setting you the screens? You never. They won the championship, they didn't ask Andrew Bogut to go even score the double figures.
We're not asking Wiseman to score a lot of points, but we don't know he's going to look like that.
What are you asking him to do?
Protect the rim, but can he? And remember, he has a meniscus injury.
Elite rim protector.
He has a meniscus injury, bro. Like, we don't know how he's going to look from his meniscus. That's what I'm getting.
Meniscus ain't nothing. I know so many of my friends who tell me meniscus is not a serious injury.
If it's not a serious injury, why is he playing? If he's not serious, why is he not playing?
They're 14-2. What's the point of rushing him back?
That's regular season. I'm talking about playoffs.
14-2. Why would you want to rush him back?
Oh my god!
Players don't start for 6 months, my guy. That's nonsense.
Okay, I want to ask you, how far would the Warriors go? Will they win a championship?
They 100% can win a championship.
Do you think they will win the
basketball
title?
analysts in the world think they can win a championship because they know basketball.
So if they were to come out the West, you're telling me they would beat the Milwaukee Bucks in a 7-game series?
Are you telling me they wouldn't?
No.
Tell me
How would
who.
they rebound
No,
the
no,
ball
no,
over
no.
the
Tell
Bucks?
me who on the Milwaukee Bucks had championship experience last year when they won.
Don't.
I'm
but what
waiting.
does that mean?
No,
though?
I'm
the
waiting.
Bucks still have great.
No. Give me an answer. Who on the Milwaukee Bucks had championship experience last year when they won?
But I don't need to answer that because here's the thing: the Bucks have.
Then I don't need
good
to answer why
defense.
the Warriors don't have championship experience.
But here's what you're not getting: some of the Warriors have no playoff experience. There's a difference, though. At least, and
Some
the
of the
Bucks
Milwaukee
added
Bucks players didn't have playoff experience.
PG Tucker been to a conference final. Drew Holiday been to the playoffs. Giannis been to a conference final. Chris Middleton been to a conference final. Brook Lopez been to the playoffs. Budenholzer, the head coach, been to a conference final. The Bucks had playoff experience. You can't compare it to the
They've been
Warriors.
to conference finals, and the Warriors' main players have won multiple championships.
But
Their main
here's
stars
what you're
have
not
won
getting.
multiple
Here's what you're not getting
championships.
to your brain. Here's what you're not getting to your brain. Klay Thompson hasn't played in 2 years. Steph Curry could get double, triple team more in the playoffs. Draymond Green, even though he's a good player that can pass and rebound.
This just shows me you don't know Warriors basketball. No, this just shows me you don't know Warriors basketball. Warriors basketball.
I
doesn't matter. They
watched
can
the
double team,
Warriors.
triple team.
I watched the Warriors, but this is not the same team that you're making it seem that this.
It's a better team. If
How can I
anything,
see
it's a
this
better
team is
team.
better than we see this team in the playoffs?
Tell me the
How can
Warriors
I-
lineup in 2015. What was the lineup
Oh,
in
my
2015?
Lord.
Tell me the lineup in 2015.
Okay, the lineup in 2015. All right, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Andrew Bogut. That's the 2015 lineup.
Right? Okay. Right? Am I wrong?
Okay. Have you seen Wiggins dominate the playoff series yet?
Did they ask? Did Harrison Barnes ever dominate playoff series?
No. I'm asking you a question.
No.
Have you seen
You
Wiggins
answer
dominate
me.
the playoff series yet?
You answer me. Did Harrison Barnes ever dominate the playoff series?
I can't. He's had good playoff series.
No, he hasn't. He's never scored more than like 20 points in a playoff game.
It's not.
They never needed him to. Andrew Wiggins does
but
have playoff experience. He played on Minnesota Timberwolves.
But what did he do in the playoffs?
Jimmy
that year?
Butler.
What did he do? What did he do?
Because he was asked to be he was asked to be a primary scorer. On the Warriors, he won't need to be a primary scorer. He's going to be a fourth option.
But here's what you're not getting: Klay Thompson. We don't know how he's going to look from injury. That's what you're not getting.
You do know how he's going to be.
No, we don't. We haven't seen him play. No, we don't.
We do know. We do know.
You do. I don't. You do. I don't. Let me see how he looks from injury, and then we can respond. I can't just base off videos like, oh, he did this in videos. What does that mean? Ben Simmons shot threes in videos. Doesn't mean he's gonna do that in real life.
So this is where you lost your point. You compared Ben Simmons to possibly the second greatest player, second greatest shooter of all time. You have lost all credibility.
No. I'm not.
Ben Simmons. You just said Ben Simmons.
Here's my point. I'm trying to get you to
shooting
understand.
ability in the same sentence. You are not.
I'm not saying Ben is Klay Thompson. I'm not saying that. But
Klay Thompson is a better shooter than Ray Allen.
I mean, that's subjective, but what I'm saying is
it's not subjective.
It is subjective. Ray Allen can hit clutch shots too, and he can hit mid-range shots too. Did you see Ray Allen is primary in Milwaukee or Seattle?
Have you seen Klay Thompson what he did to Kevin Durant? He gave Kevin Durant
That's
the work in
one
that game
series,
6.
Man.
It's not
That's
one series. He took Kevin Durant out of the playoffs.
You were talking about shooting. You talk about defense. You said shooting.
That's all Klay Thompson does. Klay Thompson's not a guy who's going to take you off the dribble. Klay Thompson's a guy who's going to cross you over. Klay Thompson's not a guy who's going to go one-on-one. Klay Thompson's not a guy who's going to go ISO. Klay Thompson's a guy who's simply going to come off the screen and pull up.
I know all that.
An old
I
man
agree
can
all
do that.
I understand
Not. His game is not predicated on niftiness. His game is not predicated on Kyrie. Kyrie's not that athletic.
I'm not
his
saying
game
he's
is called.
Kyrie. No one's saying Klay.
That's why his injuries are not relevant when it comes to Klay Thompson.
I mean, you can think they're not relevant. I think they are because I don't know how he's going to look from injury. So what do you think, Prince? Does Klay's injuries matter to you, Prince?
Yes and no at the same time, but I mean, I got to see, man.
Well, we know he's not going to be the same.
I put it this way. I don't think he's going to be the same on defense, but his offense still should be elite because just like Ray Allen, they're two of the greatest scorers of all time. These guys could shoot the ball. You know, they could come off. Ray Allen used to run all around the place coming off screens too. You know, so Klay Thompson could do the same. I just worry about Klay Thompson on the defensive end. Because to me, he was an underrated defender.
And that's another thing Shy Russ doesn't understand. When the Warriors will win championships, Klay was also great defensively. He wasn't just a scorer.
Which they won't need him to do anymore.
What are you talking about? He doesn't need to play defense for him to win a championship. What are you talking about?
They don't need him to be that guy to lock up any of the other team's best defenders anymore.
What?
That's why they drafted other young guys like Jonathan Kuminga. That's why they have Gary
Haven't
Payton
seen Kuminga in the playoffs.
That's why they
What are you
gave Gary
talking about?
Payton the second.
Oh,
That's why
my
we saw
goodness.
Gary Payton second lock up James Harden.
That's a regular season game, bro.
Hey, yo, Sky, is
No,
the
you know
Warriors your
Gary-
team?
You know who Gary Payton second is?
Dude,
Tell me
he's
who
a
his
good
daddy is.
player.
Tell me who Gary Payton second's daddy is.
He's a good defender that's athletic
Tell
and
me who
can
Gary
hit a three.
Payton second the daddy is. Tell me who his daddy is. The
His
best
daddy's
on-ball
one of the
defender of all
greatest
Gary
time.
defensive
Payne's
players
the
of
best
all
best
time.
Gary
on-ball
Payne is
defender of all
second. Don't
time.
do that
The
comparison,
best
man.
on-ball
Don't do that.
defender of all time. The best on-ball defender of all time.
But you're
telling me he
comparing
doesn't know how to
Gary
play
Payne
defense?
to Gary Payne. Are you crazy?
You're telling me
Bro.
he didn't teach his son how to play defense?
Bro, Gary Payne is a good player, but he's not his father. Don't make that comparison. Look, come on. He's not his father. Come on, man. So, I mean, you can have your faith in the Warriors as much as you want to believe. I don't think they'll win the championship. That's what I believe. Sorry.
Only time will tell on this great.
And let me see how Jordan Poole looks in the playoffs. Let me see how Damian Lee looks in the playoffs. Let me see what Wiseman looks in the playoffs.
All right.
Let me see
Your
what
opinion
Wiggins looks
versus
in the
my
playoffs.
opinion. Your opinion
Hey,
versus
yo,
my
yo,
opinion.
Sky. So I'm guessing that you got the Warriors going to the finals. What about the East?
The East is a tough one. You know, if I'm going to be a biased Bulls fan, I'm going to pick the Bulls. But if I'm being realistic, I really don't know.
Okay, I feel you.
I really don't know. You know, Brooklyn doesn't play defense, and I really don't see them winning without Kyrie.
Okay, but it's Miami and Milwaukee.
Miami, I just can't buy into Milwaukee. At the end of the day, Jimmy Butler's not that guy.
But what about Milwaukee? The Bucks are streaky, but the Bucks still have a great
There's something
defense.
there's something about the Bucks when I watch them. There's just something wrong about that team.
So you're telling me the Bulls are coming out the East?
If I'm being a biased fan, yes, I'm gonna pick the Bulls. But if I'm being realistic, I really don't know who's coming out of the East. The East is a toss-up right now.
Okay, but make your final prediction.
Is the East more of a toss-up to you than the West?
To me, it is.
100%.
Oh, yes,
100%.
it is, by far. The East, I don't know. It could be Miami. It could be Milwaukee. It could be Brooklyn. I think Chicago's a year or two away. Philadelphia, if they can make moves, might have a shot.
I think the Bulls ceiling can be an Eastern Conference Finals appearance just because of the way they move the basketball, just because of the way they play defense.
Well, yeah, but it also depends on matchups. Matchups mean something. Like if you were to play, let's say the Miami Heat, Kyle Lowry can slow down Lonzo Ball. Also, Zach LaVine, we don't know what he's going to do on guys like PJ Tucker on him. And if you were to play, and also Jimmy Butler can slow down DeMar DeRozan. I love DeRozan. DeRozan's a good player, but he's inconsistent.
That's a good point. I'll give you that's a very good point. But at the same time, I can counter with the same thing. Alex Cruz and Lonzo Ball, they're defenders who can take Jimmy Butler and give them a lot of hard problems too.
I mean, I give you that, but I don't know how Lonzo's going to look by
Who's going to
playoff
kill
time.
you? Who's going to kill you on the Heat? Tell me a guy who's going to
Who's
go
gonna
top 40 and kill you on the Heat. Jimmy Butler is
Yo,
not that
speaking
guy.
of Lonzo, could Lonzo be the most improved player of the year so far?
He has a shot. He could be. It could be him or Kyle Kuzma. One of them.
Hey man, I mean, he does have one. I must say, I think it's like
His
the highest
game really
three-point
went up. His
percentage in the game.
3-point shooting went up, bro.
He's put more arc in the shot, shooting the ball more fluently. That's what I'm saying.
I think
He's
he's getting
always-
too much
no
credit for his
hesitation.
team. I think it's more Levine and DeRozan being good players.
Well, hold on. What you say, great one?
No, I think he's getting too much credit. I think it's easy for him because he has Levine and DeRozan. to pass
Good
the ball
point.
to.
Good
Okay.
point.
Well, that's the thing. Why doesn't
And
that just make
Vucevic
the
too.
Bulls even
Don't
more
forget about
dangerous?
Vucevic when healthy.
Yeah, doesn't that just make the Bulls even more dangerous if you have a guy, probably your fourth option, doing this? I mean,
True that.
Mm.
that's just even more scary then.
But here's the thing with the Bulls: rebound is going to be a problem. If you were to play against the Bucks, you're going to be killed on the boards. Because remember, more rebounds for another team means more possessions for the other
Dude,
team.
this is where I'm gonna tell you what. The NBA in the playoffs turns into a small ball lineup, and the Bulls might have the best small ball lineup in the league.
But not every team's going to turn to small ball. Not every team.
Most of the
turns into
teams
small ball.
will. Most of the
The
teams
word
will.
"most" doesn't mean all.
Speaking of small ball, remember what happened to the Rockets?
The Rockets tried it and got destroyed by the
The
Lakers.
Rockets tried it. It was horrible.
Well, no.
So that's
I'm
my
not
point.
saying.
Not
I'm not
everything's
saying from first quarter to fourth quarter.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
when it comes to clutch moments,
Yeah.
Most teams they put out their best 5 guys.
But not every team's could put up small ball down the stretch. That's what I'm trying to say. Some teams will.
The
Some
only
teams won't.
thing about the Bulls that I think might hold them back from getting into the finals is their interior protectors. I don't know if Nikola
And also
Vucevic can be
playoff
that guy.
experience.
Can be that guy to guard Giannis or something. I'm telling you, that's why Patrick Williams injury hurts them.
What about you, Greg? When you're not a believer in the Bulls this season, but probably a season or two from now?
G Money says it's the playoff experience.
Thank
I
you.
still
It
think
matters.
I feel like the Nets are probably.
And the Nets
Actually, no. I think I was high on the Heat. I think the Heat might pull it off. I got either the Heat or the Nets.
I got the Nets winning the East, but I won't be shocked if the Bucks or the Heat beat them. I won't be shocked because the Bucks.
But the Bucks don't have PG Tucker.
I understand that, but you still have a good defense in Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. You have Grayson now who can shoot the free and can put the ball on the floor a little bit. Giannis is a great two-way defender. Brook Lopez is a good defender in the paint and he can stretch the floor. And Portis is a good defender and he can hit the free too. And Connaughton can hit threes. I'm not saying the Bucks will make the finals, but have a shot.
I agree. I mean, I can't disagree with that one there.
Word. Speaking of, I'm gonna get off.
Last time I want to say don't count out Philly.
Word. I know I'm not, unless the Sixers make a move. I don't believe in the Sixers. I'm sorry.
I really think they gotta get rid of Ben Simmons and maybe get a guy like De'Aaron Fox.
Oh yeah,
I agree. De'Aaron Fox would fit nice with Joel Embiid because De'Aaron Fox is a good
I said the Lakers should trade.
He can go to the basket.
I said the Lakers should trade Westbrook for De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox, that would be a good trade for the Lakers. If they got
Sacramento Kings would never do that.
Yeah, the Lakers trade Westbrook for De'Aaron Fox.
If I were the Kings, I might consider because at least Westbrook might get you to the playoffs. Because I see Westbrook. I'm not saying they will make it, but he will have an opportunity because I seen in 2017 his second best player was an average Oladipo who was not the player he was in Indiana. His third best player was Sabonis, who's a rookie. So we have seen Westbrook carry average teams to the playoffs in 2017.
I think Russell Westbrook is the most overrated player in NBA history.
In history?
In history?
History. I look at Westbrook's game. I don't think he's a good player.
What is it that? Let me ask this question too. This is kind of fascinating. What is it that is a turn off for you with Westbrook? Is it the stat padding or
the IQ, the shot back?
Well, you can go with the stat. You can go with the stat padding. The first thing is stat padding. There's videos where you can go watch his stat padding where he will tell his team as to clear out. I want the rebound. It does not. No. Go watch the videos on the Wizards.
We know that.
Back off. I want the rebound.
Yeah, we're not denying that.
Not only that, he can't hit a jumper. He cannot hit an open jumper. True. He's turned into a bad free throw shooter. He's a turnover machine. He's not a good defender anymore. True. And simply, I mean, when you look at him, what is good about his game then?
I mean, he can pass the ball a little bit. He can pass, and he is athletic. He's not a bum. I understand that Westbrook is overrated. I agree with you on that. But he does have some good qualities. He can still slash to the basket. He can still pass the ball. Sometimes he can hit the big shot. And he does give you rebounds. Yes, it may be stat padded sometimes, but he does give you some big rebounds too. So it's not like he's some scrub.
I like LeBron James, and I really feel like the Lakers really shot themselves in the foot with the Westbrook signing.
I kind of agree with that right now. I kind of agree.
You could have gotten DeMar DeRozan. You could have gone all in back on Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball would have been the absolute perfect fit for this team right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
But who's your MVP right now?
Steph.
It's probably Steph Curry. It's probably Steph or KD.
Yeah, me, Steph. The Warriors have been red hot.
No, but didn't KD get injured too?
No, he hurt his shoulder. He hurt his shoulder.
But he's going to have
Orlando.
It's the magic. It's the magic. And
I think he's going to. No, I think KD's going to load manage, so I don't think he could win MVP if he's load managing all year.
Yeah.
I want to hear one thing from you guys. What's your take on James Harden?
He's a great player, but he needs to learn to adjust without free throws. He's a good player.
He's a good player, but he's overrated to me.
Yeah.
I think today's NBA with the new adjustments to the league and trying to convert it back into the early 2000s with the hard plays, with the hard fouls, I think it's turned James Harden into an above-average player at best.
Yeah, that is true. Because we talked about this many times that he don't get the calls.
Zach, I did not get smoked, Zach.
I'm seeing, if you watch Inside the NBA the other night, Shaq and Charles Barkley, they said the exact same thing. Those 22 points they had against the Warriors were the most pathetic, garbage 22 points they've seen in the last several years.
Because Harden relies on free throws sometimes. Yes.
Useless. Those are useless points.
Hey, yo, Sky, he also had a lot of stuff in his advantage. He was playing in the D'Antoni system. He was playing at a time where he'd go to the free throw line probably more than any superstar in the league.
He was playing with Kevin McHale too in 2015.
Yep, and they cut that out. So, he's getting exposed. But I never thought he was the great scorer that the media was trying to make him to be, because I know he relied too much. He relied too much.
Jumper comes and goes sometimes. Harden can shoot, but 3-point shot can be streaky sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Zach said Shawn Porter just announced his retirement. Wow. So no more boxing for him. Man, Terence Crawford put him to retirement. Wow.
Man.
Okay, so Shy Riz has Warriors, Bulls in the finals. This is just what I believe. I got Suns, Nets. What about you, Prince Sports? Who do you got going to the finals as of right now?
Man, it's so early, but
let's see.
My original pick was the Lakers and Nets. I guess I'm gonna look crazy at the end of the day if neither one of them make it. But they had so much star power. I was assuming at least one of those teams could get there. So I don't know. I can't keep switching up. I had to go with my original pick. So even if I shot myself in the foot,
I mean, that's fine. I stuck with the Suns and Nets before the year. I'm sticking with it now.
I originally had Suns and Nets, but I think I might, because if Kyrie's not on the Nets, there's no way the Nets, let alone go to the final. I don't think they could beat the Heat without Kyrie.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Suns, Heat.
If Kyrie does return, I'd pick them. If Kyrie doesn't come back, I got Suns, Heat. But if Kyrie does come back, I got Nets and Heat. I mean, sorry, Nets and
Suns. Okay.
Now, assuming if everybody was healthy, I would have loved to see a Clippers versus Bucks finals, because I was fascinated.
I'll tell you what.
I was fascinated with Giannis versus Kawhi.
I don't think Kawhi's going to come back. If he were to come back, he's not going to be healthy.
No, he's going to come back.
Denver Nuggets.
No,
he's coming back.
If the Nuggets were fully healthy, they'd win the West.
Say that again?
The Denver Nuggets were fully healthy with Jamal Murray and all those boys, they'd be coming out of the West.
I'm 50-50. I mean, I get what you're saying. They have a good team. They have a good young team. But here's my thing with the Nuggets that kills me. The defense can come and go sometimes. Also, even though Jokic is a great player, he can pass, he can score in the low post, he can shoot. His defense sometimes is questionable. And here's the thing. I love Michael Porter, and he's a good player. This is just what I believe in Michael Porter. I know he's young, but what I'm seeing right now, he's inconsistent in the playoffs. I don't trust Will Barr in the playoffs. I don't. Aaron Gordon's a good defender, but offensively, he can be inconsistent. I get what you're saying, Shirez, but personally for me, I don't think the Nuggets can win the West unless they get another rim protector. In today's game, you need some sort of a rim protector. The Nuggets don't have one. And also, here we have to consider, do you trust Campazzo in the playoffs? I don't. Do you trust Austin Rivers in big games in the playoffs consistently? I don't. I'm sorry. I don't think the Nuggets.
I think Rivers has had some moments though. He's had his
moments. What is it about the Suns that tells you guys these guys are going to go to the finals?
Here's why I believe I have the Suns. They're a good defensive team. Also, you will have Chris Paul and Devin Booker, who's a top 5 backcourt in the NBA. Also, you have DeAndre Ayton, who may not be a scorer, but he's a great defender in the paint. I can't say great, but good defender, and can score in the paint and can hit a mid-range. Also, you have Cameron Johnson, who can go to the basket and can shoot. You have Cameron Payne, who can attack the rack. JaVale McGee's a good pickup. He can protect the rim, and he's athletic. He was a champion with the Warriors and Lakers. You have Landry
and Jay Crowder can guard the other.
All right, and Jay Crowder can guard and can hit threes. Kel Bridges too, athletic, can defend and hit threes. Yeah. If you're going to say injuries play the Suns run, you can do that, but you got to do the same thing with the Milwaukee Bucks, though, and every team in NBA history, because it's not.
I don't think it's going to be that easy for the Phoenix Suns this
year. I didn't say it will be easy. I never said it'll be easy. No one's saying it's going to be easy. They'll get challenged. But in my opinion, I just think they'll learn from their finals run. And I think, to me, they have the best chance in the West for me to say they'll go to the finals. Sadly, I think they lose in the finals to a team like the Nets if Brooklyn can get healthy. But I would not be shocked if they were to make the finals, because don't forget, they also share the ball too. Phoenix shares the ball too. My only problem with the Suns is turnovers sometimes. My only problem with the Suns is turnovers and up and down three-point shooting. But they have better rim protection in JaVale McGee and DeAndre Ayton. You have Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, and Chris Paul, who can guard the perimeter. You have Shaman that can shoot the three. You have Cameron Payne that can shoot the three and attack. Cam Johnson, who's a leg, can shoot the three. And JaVale McGee, who protect the rim with athleticism. If they were to play that's why I believe the Suns will come out the West again. I'm not saying they'll win the championship. I'm not saying that.
You would like to see them win the championship.
I would love to see them win the championship. I want to see Chris Paul get that ring. I want to see Devin Booker get that ring. But when I look at the Western Conference, we keep saying, oh, Chris Paul's getting old. We said this last year, and he went to the finals. Chris Paul still has a lot of juice left. Devin Booker is still a very good player. My only issue with the Suns is turnovers, which they got to work, and rebounding a little bit.
But, G-Man, you got to admit, though, the Suns and Warriors would be a great play.
No, that will go 7 games. That can go 6.
That'd be great because it'd be so much fast pace. I think I won't see no more fast.
Watch.
Huh?
That would be something to watch.
Yes, bro. It'll be fast paced.
Consider if you actually notice, though, Steph doesn't play all that great versus the Suns. If you actually notice, though, because here's the thing: Jay Crowder can give Curry problems defense. I mean, he can bother him. Bridges can bother him. Klay Thompson. If Klay were healthy, I'll give the Warriors a better chance. But the fact that Klay's not gonna be that good defensively, Booker's gonna eat him. Is gonna have a big series, in my opinion.
Pencil in December. I think when's Christmas? December 25th, right?
Yeah, that's Christmas, but that's regular season. Personally, for me, I don't base regular season matches to see who's gonna beat who. Like, here's an example.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying December 25th, pencil it in. Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Klay Thompson's coming back. Yeah. I mean, but when
they come back earlier than that. That's what I heard a little bit.
I heard, but I think Christmas Day will be the return of Klay Thompson. But here's the reason why I will pick the Suns to win the West. I don't think they'll win the championship. But I think
that for a minute, G Money. Hey, yo, Tay, what's up, man?
What's up, P?
Oh, what's up, man?
Oh, I'm so disappointed right now. My Lakers is on a 4-game losing streak. A 4-game losing. I told people Russell Westbrook doesn't know how to play winning basketball. Frank Vogel sucks. LeBron doesn't know how to take over games.
And Anthony Davis can be soft sometimes.
Yes.
And your bench is inconsistent.
Let me say this. Why are you Laker fans so salty over Westbrook? And he's not even classified as the best player on the team.
I'm a Knicks fan, by the way. So yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to Tay.
I think West is still good. I still like it, but for the Westbrook, he has to slow down when he go on a fast break.
True.
Do you guys think, or all of you guys here, do you think the Lakers' main problem is just Westbrook?
No, that's not getting turnovers.
West is not the main problem.
Defense.
You can't blame one player. You got to blame the fit of the players.
And also the coach deserves blame too. Frank Vogel deserves some sort of
blame. Yeah. That's my point.
I think he's going to get fired this year.
Who's going to get fired?
Vogel.
Yeah, he doesn't. Frank Vogel doesn't know how to like use players, especially in the rotations.
And they don't move the ball either.
Yeah, because
they don't move the ball either.
I try to tell people, my Lakers need a Mark Jackson, Phil Jackson, or a Pat Riley type of coach.
Phil Jackson will never come back. Stop.
I say they come back.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Phil Jackson type of coach.
No one's a Phil Jackson type of coach, though. No one's a Phil Jackson type of coach.
I don't think Phil Jackson want to coach that Lakers.
I think what he's trying to say is close to like who runs a good system.
I'm not gonna lie.
Almost like Phil Jackson like that. That's what I don't understand.
I'm not gonna lie. We should have got Mark Jackson over Coach Vogel. We should have got Mark Jackson. That's if.
Right, I think Sky. You don't like Mark Jackson as a coach?
Yeah, I do.
He's all right as a coach. He's all right.
He built that Warriors team.
True
Good point. But he's not going to come. I don't think he's going to coach again because of the religious beliefs and stuff. He ain't going to coach again. I doubt it.
Oh wait, so Mark, he don't want to coach because of religious beliefs?
No, not because I'm saying that I don't think he's going to coach because the NBA and stuff, religious.
Okay. Politics, basically, basketball politics.
Stuff. That's why I don't think he's going to coach again. He was a good coach. He was a good coach at Golden State.
That's what's up. But yeah,
I try to tell people that the Warriors team was good before Steve Kerr got there.
True. We agree. They won 47 games, I think, in 2013. Got to the second round against the Spurs, and then 2014 they won 51. They won 50 plus games and lost to the Clippers in 7.
Yeah.
I feel like Mark Jackson wasn't fulfilling their full potential. They weren't getting the job done with as much as they could.
So Warriors won 47 in 2013. I'm sorry, let me check. I'm sorry, man. I want to make a quick point. And the Warriors won 51 in 2014. Yeah, keep going.
What I'm saying is Mark Jackson, he didn't let Steph Curry and these guys. Yeah, Mark Jackson didn't let the Warriors. They didn't. Yeah, they would run these elevator screens for Curry and these guys, but he never had the ball movement Steve Kerr implemented, man. You don't go from 51 wins to 66 wins in one season. I just
67.
Mark Jackson, 67, even better. There you go. And take them to the finals from the first round. I don't think you can just improve just like that. Mark Jackson wasn't letting Curry and these guys play to their full potential. And let's not remember, he would take Curry out in the fourth quarter. He would take Curry out in the fourth quarter and play Jared Jack.
Good point.
I'm gonna say this. It's my Lakers lose to the Pistons tomorrow. They're gonna get a rant come for me.
The Pistons have no depth.
You don't have no problem with that. I'm pretty sure that the Lakers would beat the Pistons. I'm sorry.
They
should, but they need to. This is a must-win game. We got the Knicks and the Pacers coming up.
And the Clippers play the Mavs tomorrow.
Is Luka playing? I think that might win that game.
Is Luka playing?
I don't know.
He might, but that's it.
I don't know. He might.
Oh, okay.
We don't know.
Word.
Well, I'm carrying for tomorrow. My Cowboys versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Your Cowboys gonna lose. Or should I say Cowgirls?
No,
as an Eagles fan, I don't like Dallas at all.
Man, we ain't gonna lose to them Chiefs.
You know,
patching my phony. I was kidding. He ain't hitting my phone. I just call him. I'm trying to tell people. It might be a close game though. It's gonna be.
Wait, hold on. Aren't you a Rams fan, man? Aren't you an LA cat?
Yeah, I'm still an LA fan, but my Cowboys.
I mean, Zach, you can have your opinion. I got the Suns, but go ahead, Tay.
But I'm trying to tell people, the Cowboys. I'll say my Cowboys. We're not gonna go to the Super Bowl this year. Not on no time soon.
You ain't going to the Super Bowl, bro. You Eagles. Now let me stop.
No, I'm gonna say this. My Cowboys. We're gonna get first round bye. That we're gonna lose in division round.
Wait, I thought the Rams was. Hold on. The Rams was your team. Why are you rooting for the Cowboys now?
Cause that's my main team. Because that's my main team.
Just like LeBron.
What? Your main team?
Yeah, that's my main team.
Ah, man, because you can't be doing that in football, man. You gotta rock. You gotta stand by one team.
I rock with both.
You rock with both?
Yeah, because my dad is a Cowboys fan. Couple of my families.
Hey, Sky, do you got two teams? Are you a fan of two NFL teams or just one?
Just two. It's like rest of the sports team is on LA.
Okay, I man.
I'm like except for the Clippers, Chargers, and Angels and Ducks. I don't like the fake LA teams.
Okay.
Wait, don't Angels have the MVP of the league?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one I forgot his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
All right, but with that being said, fellas, we are hitting our 2-hour limit, so it's about time for me to cash in. But shout out to all you guys for joining. They'll tell you joined a little too late. But G Money, shout out to you. Sky, shout out to you. And we got two Chicago brothers, man. Great one and Shy representing Chicago, man. And two New Yorkers with me. You know,
hey, you can come in more, Shy. You come in more. Come join the.
I'm down. Let me know. Keep me up there.
Word, man. Yeah, maybe I like the energy you brought, man. You did your thing tonight. You know what I'm saying? But
he made some good points. He made some good points. Even though I don't agree with him on the Warriors a whole lot, he made some good points about certain other teams, and he knows his basketball, man. He knows his basketball.
All right, that's what's up.
And you guys, man, it was fun. You guys know your stuff too, man. We gotta do this again sometime.
Word, man. It's always good having a good debate, man. But nevertheless, we out, man. You guys have a good night. It's time for me to eat some more food for the rest of the night, and I'm good. All right, fellas, have a good one. Peace. All right.